Hello, good morning to you and welcome for the continuation of our lecture. All right, so let's look at the overview of mineral exploration process. Overview of mineral exploration process. We are dealing with exploration drilling, and the reason why you do exploration drilling is because there is an exploration program going on. So it will require us to bring an exploration drilling further investigate or to further our investigation. So, what is an exploration or what is mineral exploration? Before our explain mineral exploration, first of all, let's look at prospecting. Prospecting is the search for mineral in an area. We are searching for mineral of economic importance within an area. So after we have been able to identify the presence of a mineral uh, what within an area, we go ahead to do further investigation. The further investigation is what we call exploration, because we are done with the prospecting aspect, with for the fact that we have been able to establish the fact that there is a mineral of economic importance that is within a particular area. Then we do further investigation to find out what is the grade, what is the volume, what is the location, what is the depth, what is the shape, what are the boundaries of this mineral. And so when we go into further investigation of this mineral ore body, then we say we have entered into exploration. We are exploring more of the ore body that we have able to identify. Okay, so mineral exploration, according to the one I'm giving you here, is the systematic process of searching for new economic mineral deposits or extending new ones. So after we have been able to identify or search for it, we do further investigation to be able to establish the characteristics of the ore body, because every ore body is different from the other. There is not one ore body that is the same with another ore body. So we need to be able to identify the characteristics of the ore body, like the rock structure, the mineralization, the lithology of the ore body, and also even the grade distribution of the ore body. So these things will help us to make decisive decisions on how we are going to mine the ore body and which methods we are going to employ to mine the ore body, and uh, how we are even how much money we can invest in the project. So, and we can also help us to do our feasibility study, whether we should go ahead to uh, invest in this project or we should abandon it. So it is the findings we get from exploration that will help us make that decision. It is a high risk, high reward process. As we all know, before we will engage in exploration, we need high capital. It requires high capital. So the risk here is that you can end up pumping a lot of money into the project. But at the end of the day, if you get nothing, maybe we find out that the rate of the deposit we are dealing with is not enough for us to cover all our expenses, then that is where the high risk is, because we have already focused money and we didn't get anything out of it. And it's high reward because when you end up getting an ore body that is highly graded, the grade is very high, then it can cover up all your expenses. And I know at the end of the day, you can still get some revenue as a profit. So when you get more money, when you get an ore body that is highly graded, then your rewards are high. Means that you hit a jackpot. So that is very important. Before you engage in any mineral project, you need to do a very thorough investigation to know whether we should abolish the project or we should continue to invest high capital in it. Now, mineral exploration is vital for sustaining our modern society, as nearly every manufactured product relies on mine materials. When we look around, even within our society, and even in your home where you are staying right now, go to your kitchen, all the utensils you see, and see that you can see silver plate, you can see glass plate, you can see metallic plate, platinum and so on. Some are even having gold plated plates within their houses. That's so all these materials, where did they come from? Come from mining. Come from mining. Okay, when you go into construction sites, the steel that we are using, these are iron and copper. When you Ghana, we use copper wires to wire our electric powers from Akosombo to various towns and homes. So these are materials of mining. Okay, so whatever we are doing within yourself, even the cars we are driving, what are the materials that was used to build these cars? They are materials of mining. So mining has become a part and parcel of our life. In our day-to-day activities, we live where and use mining materials that have been obtained from mining. So it can be a direct primary product or a secondary product, but mining is involved. So the industry is currently evolving, driven by advancement in technology, geological understanding, and environmental awareness. There is advancement of technology. That is when new techniques are coming on board, driving uh, driving the mining industry or pushing the mining industry to also adopt new this new technology. In the olden days where mining was being done manually, a lot of the mining methods that were being used to extract minerals from the ground were uh, labor intensive, that is, was manual. So they used to employ people a lot. But as time went on, there was the involvement of new technology, machinery that could do the work more easier and faster. Came in. So it means that a lot of people needed to be sacked. They were giving the sack because a work that 20 people, you need to employ 20 people to dig a tunnel or 20 or more to dig a tunnel. Just one excavator can just do it within some few hours. So it became more good for us to use technology rather than engaging the manual way. And understanding of the geological formation. When we understand that we have a lot of geological information about the rock we are dealing with, it helps us to deal with it easier. When we get to know the rock structure, the folds, the faults, the joints within the rock, we will know how to develop our the stability of our world to avoid pain. Because when you compare mining today, the modern day mining to the previous olden days mining, casualties within our modern day mining have been lower compared to the previous one. In those days, when I was young, I used to hear how the rock has fallen down and it hit somebody underground and the person died. And most of these things is because there were no proper support that were put in place to avoid rocks from falling. But today in mining, we have a lot of proper supports, the wire mesh, the cable bolting that are put in place to stabilize the walls of the stove. Even if it will cave, by the time it is caving, you already are aware that this particular stove is not safe, so we shouldn't venture. Okay, so technology has helped us to advance in the industry, and also there is this environmental awareness. In those days, it was easier for mining companies to finish an operation and leave the land bare without recovering the land back. So it became an environmental problem concern. So people through the years has raised their concern concerning the aftermath of mining. And in today's mining operations, it has become one of the stages. Ensure that whatever we are doing, whatever activities we are doing, we must ensure that we are protecting the environment. Mining produces a lot of waste. The water that comes from the sewage that comes from mining mostly are very poisonous. So in today's mining operation, it is a demand from the government that whatever waste that is being generated by the mine uh, must be well diluted or must be well treated before it can be released into the environment. And you don't have to even release it to the environment when all those poisonous waste produced by the mine, they are well packaged and well kept